I declare the convocation open.
Good evening. On behalf of the board and the management team of IIT, I would like to welcome our chief guest today, Mr. Chandra De Silva, Chairman of the Cyberworthy Finance, Dr. Gamini Vikramasinghe, Chairman of Informatics Group of Companies, Ms. Marun Rahman, Country Director of British Council Sri Lanka, members of the board, deans of the faculties, members of staff, parents, and the relatives of the students, and my dear graduates. It gives me immense pleasure to be here this evening, having this event physically at BMICH. In fact, when we started planning for the convocation 2 months ago, we were not even sure we could have this in a physical location. But at height of optimism, we started planning for it, and we worked very hard. And until last week, we were planning to have 2 convocations, 2 events on the same day because we could not hold 1,300 people in one location. But we got the good news last Wednesday. The capacity is increased under the health guidelines. So we were thrilled to hear that we could have one grand event to celebrate this great achievement of yours. And right now we have most of you here and some of your parents in the other 2 adjacent rooms witnessing this great achievement of yours, achieving your degrees. Why I mention it's a great achievement? Because this is special than any other year. Last 2 years of your studies, I'm sure by far the hardest, 100% online, from your submissions to the exams, a condition that you're not used to. But you have shown what IIT graduates are made of. Would not crack under pressure, built of great character. When the going get tough, the tough get going. This is what makes the IIT graduates different. I'm sure most of you have already started working for big conglomerates. And this experience that you have got through 4 years of studying at IIT, I'm sure it's of immense help. It's not only the degree that you're receiving today, but the entire experience of rounded individual you have become. So well done. Achieving this great success amidst all odds. And I wish you all the best for your futures. I have no doubt this experience will make you winners wherever you go. Welcome to the convocation of 2021, University of Westminster, UK. Thank you.
We are delighted to have Dr. Peter Bonfield, Vice Chancellor and President of the University of Westminster, join us online to grace IIT's 27th Convocation. Prior to his role as Vice Chancellor and President of the University of Westminster, Dr. Bonfield was the Chief Executive Officer of the BRE Group, which focused on research, standards, and training to enable a safer and sustainable built environment around the world. He was the President and Chair of the Board of Trustees of the Institution of Engineering and Technology, IET, during 2019-2020, which has some 170,000 professional members around the world and extensive knowledge service activities. Currently, he is the Deputy Chair of London Higher, the organization representing the 39 or so London universities, where he also founded and chairs the Health, Safety, Well-being Network focused on students and colleagues who collectively face many challenges, especially around mental health and well-being. He is a Senior Non-Executive Director of UK Active, which focuses on how physical activity can support a healthier and happier society through its mission to make more people more active more often. From 1st February 2021, Dr. Bonfield was appointed Chair of Trustees of the Board of the Institution of Occupation Safety and Health, IOHS, the chartered body that represents the safety and health profession. He has worked across many government departments as a non-executive expert on a wide range of briefs, including chairing 4 independent reviews for the government on forests and woodlands, public sector food procurement, property flood resilience, and energy efficiency and renewable technologies. He was appointed as a non-executive director of the UK government in 2015-2018, assigned to the Department of Food, Environment and Rural Affairs, and to Talent Advisory Group until 2020, which looks at development, recruitment, and retention of civil servants across England. He was appointed by the Secretary of State for Communities and Local Government as one of 4 appointees on the expert panel established soon after the tragic Grenfell fire to advise on actions to be taken to help ensure the safety of residents in high-rise housing who may be at risk, a role he fulfilled for 9 months. Between 2006 and 2012, he was part-time secondary into the Olympic Delivery Authority, where he co-created and delivered the sustainability strategy and led on the sustainable procurement of construction products, a project that delivered so well because of the culture arising from health and safety and well-being as the overriding priority. Dr. Bonfield was awarded the OBE in 2012 for services to research and innovation in the construction industry. He is a Fellow of the Royal Academy of Engineering, the Institution of Engineering and Technology, the Institution of Civil Engineers, the Institute of Materials, Minerals and Mining, the Chartered Institute of Building, the City and Guilds Institute, Honorary Fellow of the Institution of Structural Engineers, and the Chartered Association of Building Engineers. He has honorary doctorates from the University of Edinburgh, Napier, Hertfordshire, Loughborough, and Bath. He was also the former national cycling champion and coach, which included the women's triathlon team for Athens in 2004. Please welcome Dr. Peter Bonfield.
Well, thank you very much for that introduction. Now, it is great to be with you. So, ladies, gentlemen, family, friends, loved ones, carers, colleagues, brilliant colleagues from IIT and graduands, it's a great honor to join you today, albeit online. I'm speaking to you from my office on Regent Street, right in the heart of London, this vibrant, dynamic, diverse, and amazing city. But actually, I'm really wishing I was with you here today in Colombo, sharing all the experiences and wonderment of the graduation, such a proud, such a happy, such an important day. But very unfortunately, the new COVID variant Omicron has precluded me from traveling this time. but I look forward to coming to Colombo soon. But in a way, it's great to be speaking to you from London because, of course, you've had your degree and your studies based at IIT in Colombo in your brilliant country, but also you have this very important link with the University of Westminster, with our incredible and proud history that goes back more than 180 years, where we were founded off Regent Street to explore technology, to drive innovation, to help make the world a better place. And of course, that sort of ethos and that way of being innovative, looking at technology, driving change for the betterment of society is very much what epitomizes IIT and each and every one of you, and indeed your country, as things stand and as things move forward. What's been incredible to see in Sri Lanka as well is how many of our graduates and alumni are now working in businesses and in government, both within Sri Lanka and around the world, to really drive change, particularly around innovation and tech to make the world a better place. So, and with my own professional roots in engineering and technology, with the Institute of Engineering and Technology, it's particularly poignant and relevant and gives me huge pride to be associated with the tremendous activities and endeavours of IIT. So, but the other thing, of course, is this day is a celebration, and it's a celebration for all of you that are graduating today, for all those that have taught you and cared for you within IIT, and particularly for your family and loved ones. It marks the end for many of you of your educational journey that goes back from when you were born right through to today, where you'll either go on and study masters, or maybe you finish masters, or maybe you're going to do a PhD, but most of you go out into the world of work. So this marks the end of a considerable period of time where your educational journey finishes. So for those of you that are there today with family, for parents, loved ones, and carers, this is a very, very special moment because it marks that transition of being supported, loved, fed, financed, cared for through your educational endeavours to go into the world of work and to create your own families and your own contribution to your local community. So today's a really, really special and significant event. And of course, at any year, this is a special event. But for you, this cohort, this is even more remarkable because, of course, you've had a year or two of coping with COVID, with coronavirus, a global pandemic that has required extra innovation, much more uncertainty, all sorts of more difficulties. That means that you as a cohort are especially resilient. Your own preparedness to face the challenges of the world, to get out there and make a positive contribution to your communities, and to find your way through the world of work, either as an employee or as an employer, for those of you that are setting up your own businesses, you are especially and brilliantly prepared. You are super resilient. And even though you'll have struggled and suffered difficulties with COVID, the realization you should all have now is, one is you feel immeasurably proud of your achievements. And the second thing is you feel strong, you feel motivated, you feel resilient, and you feel ready to face the world. So I commend each and every one of you for what you've managed to do. And I urge you all to feel that strength that you have to get out there and make a difference. In the last month, you may realize that in Scotland, we hosted the World Sustainability Summit, COP26. We hosted the leaders of all the main countries in the world, many hundreds of leaders, who came and made commitments to take steps, positive steps forward to deal with the climate crisis. But not only to deal with the climate crisis, but also to look more broadly across the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, which deal with social justice, eradicating poverty, education for all, driving gender equality, driving and overcoming inequalities to create a prosperous, fair, and wonderful world for us all. So for your generation, the Sustainable Development Goals are essential. You are the driving force, you are the talent, you are the energy, you are the people, you are the creating community that the world needs to rely on to make it a sustainable and fair and just place. So if you package all of that up together, for your cohort today, the first thing is What you've had to endure and cope with during your studies makes you strong. It makes you stand out. It makes you remarkable people. And then if you look at outside in, at the world and how things are changing, the world needs you. It needs every single one of you to put all your energy, all your endeavors, all that ethics and all that goodness you have, one, to support your community, whether it's your family, your local community, or wherever you end up in the world, and also to find your way into the world of work and endeavor to help make the world a better place. So for all of you, my heartiest congratulations to each and every one of you. For all of you that are there who are carers, parents, loved ones, friends, and colleagues of IIT, again, what a day. What a day to celebrate. What a day to feel immeasurably proud of all that's been achieved for our graduates. I commend you all. I thank you all. I wish you all every success and happiness in the future. We in Westminster in London are so proud of you. This is also your home. This is also your place. As well as being IIT graduates, you're University of Westminster graduates. Come and see us. Enjoy London as well as Colombo. Remember that you're us, you're part of our alumni, you're part of our IIT alumni. And get out there, enjoy today, recover tomorrow, and then the day after, get your energy together and continue to make a difference in the world. Go IIT, go Westminster. Thank you very much.
Dr. Gamini Wickramasinghe confers the degrees in the following order. So we will commence with the Bachelor of Engineering Honours in Software Engineering, Bachelor of Engineering in Software Engineering, Bachelor of Science Honours in Computer Science, and Bachelor of Science in Computer Science. Bachelor of Engineering Honours in Software Engineering, Adil. A. Abhishan. R.M. Abhayakon. C. Abhayasinghe. S.R. Abhayasuriya. S.Y. Abhayavardhana. B.A.C.V. Abhayasekara. B. Abhirami. S. Abhirami. K. Achinta. MFA Akfa. L. Ajib Raj. M. Ajit Chand. A. M. Akram. LBC Alvis. RP Amanda. NA Amjad. P. Anandarasa. S. M. Arshad. S. Artisan. M. S. M. Ashraf. D. H. Aftanayak. J. K. Arthanayak. M. Athukorala. M. Banusundar. V. U. Bakgamu Mudalige. R. Caldera. S. H. S. L. Chamika. T. Chandrapalan. W. K. S. Chintana. D. D. A. Dasuntara. A. P. D. De Almeida. D. R. D. De Alvis. L. S. N. N. De Alvis. R. V. N. D. S. De Silva. SM De Silva. PBTMM De Silva. DRP De Soisa. DRP De Soisa. AE De Soisa. VUS Dharmavadana. DP Dilshan. JMTC Disanayaka. GS Disanayaka. SDM Disanayaka. KN Divyanjali. CVB Ellavala. MFM Fazal. WHC Fernando. TJA Fernando. JRS Fernando. MNM Fernando. MRH Fernando. GSD Fonseca. S. Gajaruban. RT Gamage. DPCD Gamune. VVV Ganepola. ON Ganevatta. S. Gautam. VN Gautam. MD GYS Gunaratna. HACJ Gunathilaka. AADM Gunavardhana. GLKS Gunavardhana. AGLD Guruge. GV Hapurachi. C. Haripriya. K.A. Harishant. S. Harish. DSR Hematilaka. RKHMSD Herath. CG Hettige. JC Heva Vitarana. MIT Ilangakon. R. Jamaldeen. KP KAPC Kumarasinghe. S. Kumudan. S. Janakan. RG JB Jayasankar. RT Jayasinghe. G. Kandasamy. MAM Karyavasa. ATE Karyavasa. MCR Karunaratna. RDAN Karunaratna. CS Katugampola. WV Kirindigoda. RSA Kodipili. D. Koswatha. KVVS Kotabada. RMSS Kumara. MMCD Kumara. HMTL Kumara Singha. KAPC Kumara Singha. S. Kumudan. ID Levala. ULOG Lianage. TS Madhuraperuma. AWG Madhuvantha. MRM Madi. KASM Mahishakya. TSR Mahil. MAAS Marasingha. SEM Marasingha. MDNT Masingha. CN Matha Gedirira. PN Menuvarage. ST Mohotige. MMA Mauvas. FAS Mubarak. B. Nazir. NTPGRB Nanayakara. DPT Nadun. MAS Nayanti. B.J. Neelakan. D.B.V. Nimesh. M. Nishant. S. Nivedushan. M.I.M. Nufail. M.N. Nuha. M.A.T. Padmasiri. V. Paramasivam. M.A.A.D. Paulus. W.H.D. Piris. D.K.H. Piris. G.W.T.S. Pereira. K.L.S.K.T. Pereira. H.D. Pereira. M.R.S. Pereira. T.A.R.A.J. Pereira. W.I.L.A. Pereira. M.A.M.D. Priyaratna. K. Premashant. I.A. Rafideen. R.S. Rajapaksa. N.S. Ramasinghe. S. Ramayan. H.H.C. Ranasinghe. S.K. Ranasinghe. L.D.S. Ranatunga. R.M.K.B. Ratnayaka. KADS Ratnayaka, RYR Ratnayaka, DUGN Ratnayaka, KAY Ravya, MS Rubasingha, B. Rushanti, VD Ruwan Patirana, A. Sajiban, KMS Samindi, DD Shashikala, KA Satyanandan, T. Sendan, YA Serasingha, S. Sajid, A. Shankar, RGV Shihara, MMF Sifan, LTD Silva, AIA Sirivardhana, S. Siva Subramaniam, HPB Soisa, P. Sri Rangan, PhD Suloshini, DK Tantilage, KAM Tarumudu, S. Thayan, PWGBN Tejana, MP Tilaka Ratna, T. Divya, S. Twaragan, MSG Udajit, KJKI Uppalahasha, AM Yubas, please. S. Vakshan, HS Vitanagama, G. Vidushan, HLAKS Vanigasekara, HML Varnakula, WJK Varna Mana, RP Varasavitana, RK Vatavana, MK Veerasekara, LP Velagedara, PK Vimala Gunasekara, ND Vikrama Arachi, WMTD Vikramasinghe, IT Vijayabahu, WAVA Vijayasekara, NPPA Vijaya Ratna, HGMD Vijay Ratna, NDA Vijayasekara, AM Vijayavardhana. Bachelor of Engineering, Software Engineering, CDY Abhayavira, J. Deepashan, HGY Dinuksha, EHRHV Fernando, S. Gaushalini, MIN Imran, KASC Kumaraperuma, G. Madhivadanan, M. Mailvaganam, A. Rayas, R. Sachindran, TCG Silva, A. Vakishan, Bachelor of Science, Honours in Computer Science, MAA Ahmad, MNIS Ahmad, S. Aravindan, A.S. Arthanayaka, YMPB Balasurya, SG Batuvangala, ML Damien, DNN De Silva, AHR De Soisa, PD Disanayaka, CU Ediri Surya, N. Haris Chandra, Harir Darshana, GHTMP Heva Vasa, VS Karunasekara, HKML Kumarasinghe, PLPR Lianage, S. Lianage, W.K. Mallika Arachi. J.T. Marasinghe. S. Madhumita. M.D.I.U. Munasinghe. M.R.M. Nahid. M.T.N. Nalana Hevage. D.S.A. Nanayakara. Y.N.S. Piris. A.D.K.H. Pereira. J.M.A.S.M. Pereira. M.A.P.M. Pereira. S.M. Preena. K.N. Ramanayaka. S. Ranasinghe. Q.S. Sadikot. D.D.C. Shehan. R.R.S. Silva. S.Y.A. Sirivardhana. A.N.D.N. Suranaka. H.K. Vidyaratna. S.I. Varavita. S.B. Vijayvanta. C.K. Vaithamulla. M.M. Yusuf. Bachelor of Science, Computer Science, R.M.H.B. Vellapillai.
Chairman, and the dignitaries at the head table, and ladies and gentlemen, I have the honor of presenting the names of those who have completed Bachelor of Science Honours in Business Information System degree of the University of Westminster at the Informatics Institute of Technology in Sri Lanka for the conferment of their academic credentials. S. Adarsh. W. N. Ahmed. S. C. Amarasinghe. W. H. T. Answer. P. P. Bandaranayaka. V. Brindahini. D. Chandra Kumaran. NGV Chaturanga. IN Dasanayaka. DRTU Dasanayaka. H. Dasanayaka. D.N. Dayasagara. E.H.D.M. De Silva. D.S.R. Disanayaka. I.A. Fazil. P.I. Ganevatta. N.H. Gunatilaka. M.A. Halim. G. Haputantri. T. M. Hemanta. K. Hewaman. K. H. A. Hussain. M. Ikhlas. MSM Iras, SWM Javalita, JAPK Jayasinghe, HPND Jayavikrama, LM Kannangara, S. Kinsley, M.I. Kumarasiri, S. Ladushan, N.N. Madhuwage, K.A.N. Mandakini, C. Panagoda, S. Panchali, S. M. Panditaratna, HHWMRM Paranagama, O.M. Patirana, S. Piris, H.S.R. Piris, S.N. Pereira, P.R. Pereira, M.T.D.P. Pereira, K.A.U. Pereira, M.R. Pereira, D.T.A. Potupitiya, N.M. Ranasinghe, V.N. Ratnatunga, S.R. Ratnayaka, K.N.S. Ratnayaka, B.K.G.S.D. Rodrigo, M.A.F. Safwan, J.T. Satyamurthy, K. Shantani, R.D.G. Tana, S.W.S. Tarindu, D. Devendran, T.T. Viyanahevage, P.M. Valihinda, K.A.D.T.M. Vijay Vikrama, A. Yogalingam, S. A. Subail, Next, Bachelor of Science, Business Information System, M.A.T.N. Fernando, S.A. Jayavira, K.P.K. Ranasinghe, P.L.M.P. Vijay Singha, Chairman, now I take the honor of presenting the names of those who have completed Bachelor of Arts Honours in Business Management degree of the University of Westminster at Informatics Institute of Technology in Sri Lanka for the conferment of their academic credentials. A.Z. Aslam, D.G.H.D.N. Dasanayaka, C.P.A.D. Costa, D.D.G.K. Dolavath, T. Hariharan, D.B. Hetty Arachi, K.S. Imanti, JDWK Jayawardena. KARN Kodituakku. K. Kumarathisan. S. Matangi. S. Pradeshan. MRM Roshan. HP Samarage. MMAS Sandunika. SDS Sanju. KG Shashinika. DSW Siriman. SA Vidyut. GP Veerasinghe. DGSC Vikramasuriya. Chairman, now I have the honor of presenting the names of those who have completed Master of Arts, Fashion Business Management degree of the University of Westminster at the Informatics Institute of Technology in Sri Lanka for the conferment of their academic credentials. FR Ablej. SR Dandiniya. WAY Dep. TDNC Disanayaka. MC Hazain. HKB Hettiarachchi. MWV Himashika. HN Madhushika. LR Nabana Gamage. GS Nanayakara. WND Pereira. DSM Samaranayaka. HS Vitanarachi. KGS Vikramarachi. And DRD Yapa.
So Dr. Gamini Wickramasinghe confers the degree in the following order. We would have Masters of Science, Advanced Software Engineering, Postgraduate Diploma in Advanced Software Engineering, Postgraduate Certificate in Advanced Software Engineering, Masters in Science in Cybersecurity and Forensics, and Postgraduate Diploma in Cybersecurity and Forensics. Master of Science in Advanced Software Engineering, T. Abhayasinghe. M. T. P. Costa. O. T. Edirisinghe. M. I. U. Fernando. I. A. N. Gamage. M. D. I. G. Gunathilaka. B. Jeevanathan. H. K. D. S. Kumara. P. V. D. R. Kumara. K. S. Lokuarachi. S. Manoharan. R. Mathusangar. J. G. Nadaraja Pillai. J. D. Nallathambi. W. Y. S. Nayantraj. S. R. K. Pathirana. K. A. N. P. Pereira. N. Praveen. D. Premaratna. Premanandan. UAA Premaratna. RHMSOB Ratnayaka. VN Ranasinghe. RATS Ranatunga. KADJC Vijayavikrama. Postgraduate Diploma in Advanced Software Engineering, SNM Chandrasena. MDKC Disanayaka. WLTAA Gunathilaka. WATC Jayavikrama. RKC Muthukrishna. RAANA Pereira. HMDS Tushara. Postgraduate Certificate in Advanced Software Engineering, LJT De Silva. MS Dharmage. MKDS Miguttena. KWS Nuan. Master of Science in Cybersecurity and Forensics, JJH Bhattage. VLS Chandra Deva. JM De Silva. AJC E. Fernando. A. Hasnat. P. Gajen. Kovishkan. SWJ SWD Lianage. GISB Nishanka. S. Paramanandam. PPA Piris. WID Pereira. PPA Pereira. JANS Pereira. MC Sinet. M. Thanu Rasan. WTMCP Tenakon. DAS Veerasinghe. PC Vikramasinghe. Postgraduate Diploma in Cybersecurity and Forensics. S. Nirojan. V. Ramesh Kumar.
This is the job for the Vice Chancellor. The environment, the delegation.
It is my pleasure this evening to invite our chief guest, Mr. Chandra De Silva. Mr. Chandra De Silva graduated from the University of Colombo with the Bachelor of Commerce honors degree. He pursued to do a Master's of Business Administration degree from the University of Melbourne and specialized in finance at the Stockholm School of Economics in Sweden. Thereafter, he attended Harvard University and graduated with a master's degree in public policy and administration, specializing in government and business. He is also an Edward S. Mason Fellow in Public Policy at Harvard University, where he also served as a teaching fellow in public finance. Further to this, he is a double accountant and fellow of the Chartered Institute of Management Accountants, FCMA UK, and fellow of the Chartered Certified Accountants, FCCA UK. He holds a diploma in marketing from the UK and is also an associate of the Chartered Institute of Securities and Investments, UK. He serves as chairman of the Sarvodaya Development Finance since 2016. And previous to this, he served as deputy chairman of the company. He is also the co-founder and chairman of Capital Media, publishers of Echelon Magazine, Cosmopolitan Sri Lanka, Top Gear Sri Lanka, along with economicnext.com, the web portal. He previously served as Group Managing Director of Delmage Group, Managing Director of Summit Finance PLC, as well as Managing Director of George Stewart Finance PLC. He also served as a Director of Pan Asia Bank PLC and Chairman of Coral Rock Hotel and the Club Villa Hotel. He has served the government sector previously as Director General of the Securities and Exchange Commission of Sri Lanka, SEC, and the Executive Director of the Board of Investments, BOI, Sri Lanka. He also held many government board positions, including Board Director of Public Enterprise Reform, Sri Lanka Insurance Board, Sri Lanka Accounting and Auditing Standards, Construction Guarantee Fund, and Board Director of the Institute of Technology at the University of Moratuwa. He is the Vice President of Sarvodaya Movement and founder of Coexist Foundation. He also serves as the current President of the University of Colombo Graduates Association. He is a Sri Lankan board member of the network panel of ACCA UK, as well as Sri Lankan Council member of the CISI UK and trustee of the Neelan Tiruchuvalam Trust and board director of other listed and unlisted companies. Please welcome Mr. Chandra De Silva.
Dr. Peter Bonfield, Vice Chancellor and President of the University of Westminster, Dr. Gamini Wickramasinghe, Chairman IIT, Hasita Wickramasinghe, MD, Board of Management of IIT and the Board of Directors of IIT, the distinguished faculty, the graduating students, dear parents, the distinguished invitees and well-wishers, I wish you a very pleasant evening, and it's a great honor for me to be with you this evening. The Informatics Group is a creation of Dr. Gamini Wickramasinghe, whom I had the great privilege and luxury of working together with him, I think during the years of 2005 to 2010, where he chaired the Securities and Exchange Commission. During his tenure, he propelled the organization to a different level. That's why we call him a visionary leader. Also, after that, he moved on to Bank of Ceylon to take the Bank of Ceylon to a different league. And that was a great change for a public bank. The Informatics Group, way back in 1983, he realized, returning from the West, lived in UK and Belgium and a few other countries in Europe, he realized the developments that are happening and taking place in the European side of the world. Information technology and IT was in the center stage of this. Realizing this, he put Informatics Group together. Thereafter, in 1990, he put the great institution, which is IIT, and today there is over 4,000 graduates. And you all will add to the 4,000 graduates today who celebrate great achievements in life and contribute to the country's development in all over the world that they reside in. So firstly, let me congratulate the class of 2021. It's a great honor, I think, that you have achieved by studying hard, committing and dedicating yourself to an educational stream and succeeding with a graduation ceremony today. So a big congratulations to all of you who graduated today. I also would like to congratulate and thank the parents of the graduates, their brothers and sisters, and their friends, and everyone who helped them to graduate today, because studying is not an easy task. So I thank everyone who supported these graduates in their journey towards graduation today. There are many reasons that you have to be extremely proud. Firstly, you are a very young set of graduates. I guess the average age, starting from about 22, 23, stretches to about 35 with the master's degree, and that is the most wonderful period of life. So you have come out at a moment where the globe is getting into a different level of development, and in this development, you entering the world with a degree such as the IT degree, I think you have to be extremely grateful and also proud of your commitment to this stream of studies, because today technology has become very relevant in the world's development, and the demand for technology is unparalleled. And also with that, it's a global village that you're setting out. I can remember when I graduated about 25 years ago, Professor Gunaratna, who was here before me, was also in the stage as a lecturer for me. And during that time, when we graduated, I came out from the University of Colombo. After the graduation, we would go out. I remember there would be a photographer, so we would take a photograph. And if you wanted to send the photograph to a relation overseas, we had to wait till the photograph gets developed, and then collect the photograph in about a week's time, then put it into a letter format, send a nice letter to uncle or aunt or a brother or a sister who is living overseas, and then the letter will take a month and a half to reach by sea, and it will take another 1.5 months to return again by sea. So this entire journey would take about 4 months. When the response comes, obviously, we would have forgotten about even the letter that we have sent. But in today's context, you just go, take a photograph yourself, you just put it to a Facebook or an Instagram or a LinkedIn or anything. Within seconds, there is thumbs up being raised, comments being made across the world, and the world has totally changed in the color and manner it is working. So I think you're very, very fortunate to witness the new era in the dawning of the world as it changes so dramatically, and you're seated in the most important seat of technology to take advantage of the world and to push it to a different level. So when I said to Dr. A.T.R. Ratna, the founder of Sarvodaya movement, I mentioned to him that I was coming to a graduation where Dr. Gamini Wickramasinghe is involved. He has great admiration for Dr. Gamini Wickramasinghe as a son of Sri Lanka who has really loved the country and contributed to the success of the country. So he told me to share 3 main fundamentals where Sarvodaya was driven. And incidentally, yesterday marked the day that in Kanatoluwa, where the birth of Sarvodaya exactly 63 years ago took place. In fact, I was supposed to be there yesterday and today, but I canceled my trip to Kanatoluwa, a remote village, to be with you today. So let me share the fundamentals in which the Sarvodaya movement was built, which might be also relevant to your life as you start a new journey in this direction. So, first he said was Atma Haranaya. I'm going to use a few Sinhalese words, but I'll also use it with English, a reasonable translation to an English word. Atma Haranaya is a self-denial in his form, and it has three components to that. So first he said was self-control was the first fundamental Sarvodaya sort of embraced when they stepped in to the villagers to do the Shramadana, which is giving of a person's energy and self to the development of that village, either by cutting the road, digging a well, or creating, building a toilet, or something of this nature. So first is self-control, which he called Atma Damanaya. So Atma Damanaya, he said, was with, they controlled the food and whatever they consumed was very basic food that they ate. They ate from the villagers. They behaved in a way which was exemplary. The words they used, the way they behaved, the words they spoke, and the mannerism was of an ambassadorial nature. It was exemplary to everyone. Second aspect was total dedication. That is Atma Parityagya. That is, they worked with 100% of commitment with a mindfulness purpose. So they were all mindful, and then they worked with great commitment. Thirdly, they enjoyed altruistic joy, which is called Nissarana Pritya. In this Nissarana Pritya, or altruistic joy, there is no I, there is no me. It is the achievement of the ultimate objective. If they went to the village, it was developing the road which really brought them joy. It was not that I did it or we did it. It was about actually a collective team really fulfilling the aspirations of the village and helping them. I can relate this very closely to Dr. Gamini Wickramasinghe also, because at the SSC when we were working together, he always had the vision of a bigger picture and to achieve it. He never went and claimed and said, I did it, or I made it, or it is my dream, or it is not my vision, it is my vision. He never claimed. And that is a serious note from a very humble, exemplary leader. So these are the three principles which might be of value to you. So today Sarvodaya operates in 5,300 villages. There's 1,200 preschools which has been managed by them. At any given moment during the last 30 years, there's 400 children without mothers and fathers that Sarvodaya looked after. And this year, we've deployed rupees 1,000 million to village level development. And during the last 10 years, from 2010 to 2020, we devoted 6.5 billion rupees to the villages of Sri Lanka without announcing it, without going into the media, without putting photographs in the papers. We managed to serve in our best of our efforts these village communities that Sri Lanka is, that we work with. In microfinance, Sarvodaya's story very quickly started with 100,000 rupees in giving loans, and we are very, very happy to note that today we have given loans. Our loan book today exceeds 10 billion rupees. So it is a reasonable loan book, about 800 million we give to the villagers every month. And all the profits that we get, the Sarvodaya component goes back straight into the villagers to do work in the villages. And they don't keep anything as profits for the organization. So with that background, let me now advance towards sharing a few thoughts which are, I think, are important in this journey that you've started today as young graduates, men and women, taking the high road of Sri Lanka into the international arena. The first lesson I must tell you is world is unfair. That is the first lesson I must tell you. Don't expect a rosy picture. Don't expect absolute fair play. Don't expect that everything will go according to your plan. So the first lesson I must tell you for you to remember is that world is unfair. Right? And don't get disheartened by that. Get encouraged by that. So you must build your resilience with that. What Hasita spoke in introducing me becomes slightly more relevant and in the context for me also. I lost my father when I was 14 and when he was 50, basically without any sickness. So I started with a government servant mother who was at that time a vice principal of a government school, a journey in life which with great determination and hard work I pursued. So for you also, when I was 14, I thought, oh my God, the world is unfair, I don't have a father. But by the age of 15, I realized it is time to get up on my feet and say, let's go. There's a world out there for me to see and work with. The second lesson I'd like to keep with you is a notion I learned at the Melbourne University. It is probably one of the 2 or 3 lessons I learned in my entire journey of education. So it's so valuable. I treat it as the most important lesson I've learned in life. One day in the university, there was a lecture done by a lady who had just graduated, where she had redefined intelligence. Her redefinition of intelligence was intelligence is your ability to overlook on things is intelligence. That was the redefinition of her PhD thesis, which she engaged and got a PhD at that time. So what is intelligence? Intelligence is your ability to overlook on things, right? So it's a very important lesson. It stemmed actually, the story is even more beautiful. This British lady who came to Australia at that time on a honeymoon was going through a small street. She said, I think it's La Trobe Street in Melbourne, where the passages are very narrow, joining the main streets of Melbourne. So in one of these passage streets, when she was traveling on a Friday night, there was a drunkard person who had puked, and there was dirt around the place. It was very mucky. And this husband and wife, newly married, had to cross this person to go to the other side. And in the drunkard state, that man looked up to her and told them that this should not disturb you, right? This should not disturb you. And she went on to get a PhD on the same line, that intelligence is about your ability to overlook on things. So yesterday, one person asked me, does it mean that if something unwarranted happens or someone unwarranted says something, that I should just drop it? My answer to that person was, you don't drop it because you should not even hold it. If you hold it only, if some ugly word is being thrown at you, your hands become dirty. If you do not hold the aggressive words or demeanor action, you don't even become a party to it. So intelligence is your ability just to overlook on things. And young boys and girls graduating on this, please remember this word, which I think will be very valuable in your future life. Third lesson, I have only 5 for you. So the third lesson is work with passion. So at Sarvodaya Development Finance, we have one vision, one mission, and one clear objective. We call it the Amma Gamma Rudava. Amma Gamma Rudava. That is a very colloquial word used in the agricultural sector of Sri Lanka, mainly with farmers, and it basically says, do things passionately and have a relentless pursuit to achieve what you desire to achieve. The fourth one is on creativity and mindfulness. Creativity, if you are not creative in what you do and you're not mindful in what you do, I think your journey in life is going to be very challenging. But if you're going to be very creative in what you do, and if you're going to be passionate in what you do, if you do with Amma, Gamma, and Rudava, I think your journey in life is going to be very rewarding, very enriching, and very fulfilling. My story comes very quickly to a story of Japan. Japan, as all of us know, in mid-1960s, they introduced the Shinkansen railway system, the train system which is today called the bullet train in other parts of the world. So during the 1960s, Japanese railway was going at 80 kilometers per hour. So when 80 kilometers per hour, I don't think Sri Lankan railway is even going in today's context at 80 kilometers per hour, but during the 1960s, Japan railway was going at 60 kilometers per hour. The Japanese government, the policymakers decided this is very slow for Japan. Why? If Formula One can go at about 200 kilometers, they argued within themselves, why can't a train go at 200 kilometers? So they quickly formulated a team, put a champion, they entered the railways and they opened the door, got all the engineers and told them, they asked the simple question, whether they believe in the notion that a train can go at a 200 kilometers per hour and whether they can work towards it. 60% of the engineers said they can't. They said they don't believe in this. Then the champion of the project, he told all of them to go to another room. Then he kept the 40% who said they can, and they developed the Shinkansen with the people who said they can, and enriched it with more engineers who were able to bring the technical side in 1964 for the Shinkansen railway to go at 200 kilometers per hour. And that's a wonderful story. Did they stop by that? No, they continuously improved it. During the last improvement, they put the railway to the track, and then they told the engineers, now the railway is put, before this day, the train has to be running at 300 kilometers per hour. Today, Shinkansen is running at 320 kilometers per hour, and Japan is very worried over this, because the aspiration now is to push the Shinkansen to 400 kilometers per hour journey. So we can witness how the world is thinking, how the destructive mechanism has set in to upset what is there, and then to do something new, because this era belongs to the people who thinks differently, who thinks creatively, and it is the era for the dreamers of the future. The last item I'd like to place upon you is your journey, in my view, will be very less fruitful, more challenging, more destructive if you do not have discipline with you. There is an English connotation which says, what you eat is what you are. What you eat is what you are. So in discipline, not only your conduct, what you eat also matters. So I'm telling this because Sri Lanka, for example, has 25% of Sri Lankan youth are drowned by diabetes and sugar-related issues. This is not old Sri Lanka. This is not the mature Sri Lanka. This is the young Sri Lanka, which has got hampered and hurt. We drink, for example, Milo like no tomorrow. There are huge sports champions championing the Milo advertisements, but each Milo small tin contains 45 spoons of sugar. Small can of Coca-Cola contains 7 spoons of sugar. And I have seen when I travel across this country, close to schools, where youth of this country is gulping down gallons, mega bottles of Coke and Sprite and other juices which are drowned with sugar. So be very mindful of what you eat, what you drink, because this is going to be, your health is wealth. There is a saying, I think in Sinhalese also, Rajek unat wadak na ledek nam, which says, even if you're a king, you become useless if you're not healthy. Right? So because of that, please look after your health, because health is wealth and health is your future. So please put your mind to it. I'm not telling for a moment don't enjoy. For a moment I'm not telling don't drink any Coke or a Milo or don't eat. Be mindful about it. Right? Just be mindful. If you have anything today, just be mindful you had it and try and bring it to the discipline of your lifestyle. So I come to the final paragraphs of my engagement today, and I'd like to talk of Sri Lanka for 2 minutes. You're stepping out into a beautiful industry to extremely challenging Sri Lanka. In my entire career, in the economics side of it, I don't think I have ever seen a country which is so challenged economically. Our reserves have dropped to basically 1 month of import and touching $1 billion, which is virtually, it is an amount that we never had possibly during our 35-year history that we can remember. So it is we are at the lowest level of economic stability. In economics, they say the health and well-being of your country is reflected by the currency you're dealing with. The health and well-being of the economy is displayed by the currency. It's reflected well by the currency of the country in this case. So the rupee being very difficultly kept at currently 203, there's the outside markets, the gray markets are peddling the dollar to rupee at 240, and sometimes in different numbers, but it is challenging, right? So export earnings become critically important to your life. So please, the graduates of 2022 from IIT, please see whether you can help the country by earning dollars, by being engaged in a dollar revenue earning income occupation, or even better if you become entrepreneurs and bring dollars to this country. For the individuals who want to be entrepreneurs, I think there is no greater moment than this to venture out into your dreamed establishment and to start something new for you, because the country is in desperate need for foreign dollars. My second and last comment is, as Sri Lankans, we must be part of the answer rather than part of the problem. I didn't dwell upon the Sri Lankan economic problem on quoting various figures and numbers, because I think it is time that we become a part of the answer rather than part of the problem. When I was thinking about what I was going to speak today, I thought, let me also be a part of the answer by suggesting at least one answer for Sri Lanka, because there are influential people like Dr. Gamini Wickramasinghe and others here who possibly can convey this to policymakers of this country, because I thought for myself that it was a valuable thought. So with your permission, let me narrate this very quickly to you. This relates to the motor sector. I thought very carefully, Sri Lanka, a lot of people buy new vehicles because the number plate gets old. For example, if you have a K series number in your vehicle, whether it's a KA to KB to KD to whatever, and if it is not a CA or CB or C, some other number, people want to change the vehicle because the number plate is good. Sometimes European vehicles which are meant to be on the road for 30, 40 years gets changed in 2, 3 years. Why? Because the number plate is old. I have heard in many corners people who have today's the 3-letter numbers CAA, CAB now want to take numbers which are CB something else because the number has become old. So what I wanted to tell was why not the RMB sells the number at 300,000 rupees or 250,000 rupees, a reasonable amount where people can go and surrender the old number and get a new number. And the craving for the numbers, if we jumble the numbers, there's no craving for the numbers because people can't identify the numbers, right? So like this, I think we need to tweak the system. In my example, if you do this, the people will be happy because driving a vehicle which they perceive as reasonably new. Secondly, otherwise this money would have gone to a company which is exporting this and you would save the foreign currency. Thirdly, if you put the numbers, 300,000 rupees, if you multiply it by 5,000 or 10,000, this quickly gets into billions of rupees, which is revenue earning for the country. So like that, I thought this is the best place to tell what I thought in being a part of the answer, trying to do something within our means and education to support the country in thinking differently and moving the envelope further. So with this, let me once again first thank Dr. Gamini Wickramasinghe for the great vision he had for IIT. I'm sure you are a proud founder and president of this great institute, which has seen 4,000 young men and women graduating before this audience who have gone before them. And it's a great contribution to the national economy and to the lives of these young men and women. So thank you very much, sir, for doing great justice to Sri Lankan education system and altering the architecture of our entire education system. Be the faculty and the management and the staff of this great university, the teaching faculties, you have done such a tiresome job. You have worked very hard to see these children graduate today as adults, walking down as graduates of this great university. Thirdly, as I said at the start, the parents, the mothers like mine who toiled very hard, and for fathers who are also working very hard to support financially and otherwise for these children who graduated today. The brothers and sisters and the friends who supported them. Once again, thank you very much. And we hope your hope and aspirations will be fulfilled as these children take on to doing great jobs and contributing to the country's economy. Finally, I come towards the graduating class of 2021. I wish you a very colorful, very bright, very successful, very happy future ahead of you, and I hope you will enjoy every moment in your journey. Thank you very much.
Now we move on to presentation of special awards. I would like to invite the chairman, Dr. Gamini Wickramasinghe, and the chief guest, Chandra De Silva, and also Kishani Pereira, Director of Informatics, to come forward to give these prestigious awards. So the first award is the gold medal for outstanding achievement. And most of you must be thinking, how did we arrive at choosing the best student? So it was straightforward. It was the highest average that a student obtained in his final year of the particular degree program. So I would start with the gold medalists for 2021. Dr. Gamini Wickramasinghe, Gold Medal for Outstanding Achievement, Bachelor of Science, Engineering Honours in Software Engineering, goes to, when I read the name of the student, I would like the parent who is sitting in the audience to stand up, because I think you have also supported your child in achieving this great award. So the gold medal for the Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Engineering Honours in Software Engineering goes to Ihan Dilang Leveler. Dr. Gamini Wickramasinghe, Gold Medal for Outstanding Achievement, Bachelor of Science, Honours in Computer Science, goes to Azza Ahmad. We'd like Azza Ahmad's parents to stand up if you are in the balcony. The next would be for master's programs, and we would like family members of the master's students to stand while the award is being given. Dr. Gamini Wickramasinghe, Gold Medal for Outstanding Achievement for the Master of Science in Advanced Software Engineering, goes to Divya Premanandan. Dr. Gamini Wickramasinghe, Gold Medal for Outstanding Achievement. Master of Science in Cybersecurity and Forensics goes to Jude Tachuska Inesh Fernando. The next is the UoW All-Round Performance Award. This award goes to the student who not only has excelled in academic activities, but also in extracurricular activities. And the selection was done by the University of Westminster. So the University of Westminster Award for all-round performance, Bachelor of Engineering, Honours, Software Engineering, goes to Wayangi Vishmi Vishara Ganepola. We would like her parent to stand. University of Westminster Award for All-Round Performance, Bachelor of Science, Honours in Computer Science goes to Sadasivam Avaravindan. The next award is the Best Final Year Project. How did we arrive at choosing this candidate was the student who achieved the highest mark for his or her final year project. The Best Final Year Project in Bachelor of Engineering, Honours in Software Engineering goes to Wayangi Vishmi Vishara Ganepola, which is presented by Circles Life. If there is a company representative, we would like you to stand in the audience. Circles Life. The Best Final Year Project in Bachelor of Science, Honours in Computer Science goes to Minindu Pasin Hevavasan, presented by Informatics International Limited. We have a representative in the audience. We would like you to stand.
Now I take the honor of announcing gold medalists in the Faculty of Business. Again, I would like to ask beloved parents or the guardians to stand up when the child is getting the award. Dr. Gamini Wickramasinghe Gold Medal for Outstanding Achievement, Bachelor of Science, BSc Honours in Business Information System, goes to Bastian Kolarage Geethami Sandamini. Dr. Gamini Wickramasinghe Gold Medal for Outstanding Achievement, Bachelor of Arts, Honours in Business Management, goes to Diwani Sanju Sundaram. Again, Dr. Gamini Wickramasinghe Gold Medal for Outstanding Achievement, Master of Arts in Fashion Business Management, goes to Kaumada Gayatri Sweniviratna Wickramarachchi. Next, I take the honor of announcing University of Westminster Overall Best Performance Award for this 2021 convocation. University of Westminster Award for All-Round Performance, Bachelor of Science, BSc Honours in Business Information System, goes to ගරුෂි ගණයකොඩ හපුතන්ත්‍රි. Next, University of Westminster Award for All-Round Performance, Bachelor of Arts, Honours in Business Management. Hiruni Purna Samarage. Next, I would like to announce the award for Best Final Year Projects. Best Final Year Project, Bachelor of Science, Honours in Business Information System. Bastian Koralage Geetani Sandamini Dishala Rodrigo. Presented by LOLC Technologies Limited. Best Final Year Project, Bachelor of Arts, Honours in Business Management. Goes to Kodituakku Arachige Rashmi Kodituakku. Presented by Dill Consultants. Thank you. Now I would like to call upon Ms. SDS Zanju, upon whom we just conferred the Bachelor of Arts degree in Business Management, and also she is a gold medalist, to propose the vote of thanks on behalf of all the graduates upon whom we have conferred their academic credentials today at this 2021 UoW IIT Convocation.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the graduating batch of 2021, it's my great honor to deliver the vote of thanks on this special evening. To begin with, I would like to congratulate the graduates for this great achievement. Years of hard work, stress, and maybe tears have finally paid off. Let's now take a moment to sit back, clear our minds, and reflect on the path that we have traveled over the past 4 years. Compare yourself to who you were and who you are right now. Think about what you have done to get here. How many people did you meet? And who you should be thankful to, enabling you to be here today. I'd like to share my experience with you, and I believe you'll be able to relate it to yours. I remember the day when I registered for the degree program, nervous about being able to make new friends, worried about academic expectations, and above all, thoughtful about whether I made the right decision to join the Informatics Institute of Technology. Moving fast forward into university life brings in an abundance of memories, both sweet and so. Moments of my first presentation where I understood what butterflies in your stomach really meant. Moments of struggling to balance responsibilities for submitting assessments on time. Moments of cramming, carom games, and beach walks between lecture breaks. To the moments I watched my friends graduate on this very podium that I stand here today. All these fractions of little happiness came together to form the bigger picture. The picture that I can now look back on to say, I'm glad that I joined the Informatics Institute of Technology. And if I were to make this choice again, I would definitely do it again. Having said that, this journey would not have been possible without the support of many who helped us along the way. Let me begin by thanking the University of Westminster for affiliating with us, providing the intellectual modules, necessary resources, and for ensuring exceptional academic standards. Expectations of the modern era are not about simply learning theoretical models and concepts, but demands the capability of students to critically blend their learnings into real-life instances, thereby adding more value to their career, place of work, and country as a whole. Module standards, syllabus, and the content we studied was specifically designed to meet those needs. As graduates of Informatics Institute of Technology, we are truly thankful to the University of Westminster. A very special thank you to Dr. Peter Bonfield, the Vice Chancellor and President of University of Westminster, who graced this occasion with his virtual presence. We will cherish the wealth of knowledge you shared with us today throughout our life's journey, sir. Moving on, despite having a very busy schedule, Mr. Chandra De Silva, Chairman of Sarvodaya Development Finance, accepted our invitation to join this occasion. We are truly honored, sir. We were very inspired by your words, and we will ensure to remember your advice for adding value to our continued growth as industry professionals. I would like to thank the management of Informatics Institute of Technology, especially Ms. Dr. Gamini Wickramasinghe, the board, our CEO, the deans, and the heads of department for providing us this platform, ensuring student needs are adequately met and supporting us to transform our beliefs, visions, and goals into reality. I express our gratitude to the registry, library, support, and lab staff. Also, the maintenance, cleaning, and security staff for looking into every tiny detail and making our way as smooth as possible. Next, I thank the people who prioritized our needs before theirs. I have never seen such a group of dedicated, highly motivated, and qualified lecturers. Thank you to my teachers, who created an environment of stimulated learning while making room for mistakes along the way. You ignited us with knowledge and taught us the importance of making a difference out there. Facing the pandemic for over almost 2 years now, I know it's not an easy task for you to bridge the gap of a physical classroom experience in terms of interactivity, enthusiasm, and attention through a virtual platform. But you explicitly took up the challenge. You did not help us to simply pave our path, but guided us on how to pave our own path. I have saved the emotional part towards the end. There are around 1,000 pairs of eyes watching me right now, but there are 2 pairs of eyes who have been watching me for my whole life. The eyes that witnessed and stood by me throughout my good and bad times. The people who stressed out twice as much as I did, and who celebrated my victories twice as much as I did. My role models, my world, my parents. They're now watching one of the most significant stages of my life being successfully completed. Hope I made you proud. I want to convey a heartfelt thank you to all dear guardians and special guests present here today for your infinite love, patience, and continuous support. May I request all the graduates to rise up and face their guardians and family. Please rise up. Join me in a round of applause in thanking all of them for their caring and love. Now, graduates, please face a wonderful panel of lecturers and join me in a round of applause for their commitment and guidance throughout the years. And can we give another round of applause to all the other staff members of Informatics Institute of Technology for their continuous support in providing us with the necessary facilities. Thank you, graduates. Now you may take your seats. That brings me to the end of all the thank yous. Now for something personally tougher. My dear colleagues, we all anxiously wait for the graduation day. But when it comes, we realize, so this is it. A significant episode of life is now complete, and it's time to move on to the next, for building new memories, facing tougher challenges, and meeting new people. Look around. These are the people who traveled with you over the past 4 years, those who simultaneously annoyed and loved you, those who challenged you out of your comfort zone, those who enjoyed stagecraft events with you, and those who made cutting-edge competitions tougher to win. We won't be able to go back to those lecture rooms again, nor have group lunches together in the cafeteria, nor plan for Halloween parties in the common room. These routines are not going to be the same anymore, because we are growing up, moving forward. The last 4 years cannot be expressed in a sentence or a speech. Each one of us have our own special bonds with the Informatics Institute of Technology, which I know we will treasure forever. But what matters at the end of the day is how these past 4 years molded you. Did it make you more independent? Did you learn to appreciate freedom and the people around you? Did you become a better version of yourself than you were 4 years back? Arthur Ashe once said, "Success is not a destination, but a journey." And I wish you all the very best towards this journey. Thank you.
I declare the convocation is closed.
stand to